All right, and we're rolling. So, welcome to another video. If you guys can hear the rain outside, hopefully it'll stop raining by the time I do my daily run. These side window covers are absolutely great. And you can also swap them so the silver side is facing out, but I like the black side facing out. Same with the sunshade. Anyway, yeah, so yesterday, I uploaded the video. We did an 1143 mile. The work is just beginning. The rain is getting louder. Free car wash. Anyway, wanted to get on here and tell you guys, obviously we're still training and everything, but if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, one of my friends was thinking about it. It's like, yeah, go for it. Sometimes it takes months or even years, decades of consistency and compounding wins, and all that progress compounds over time. Compound interest. So hopefully you guys can hear me over the rain, because of course I'm filming and it's getting louder. Anyway, wanted to also say, one guy said that YouTube, it's a waste of time and everything. Well, if that's your attitude and your mindset, you're absolutely correct. However, if you go into it thinking, okay, well, like with me personally, it's a fun hobby. I'm always gonna, even if I got hardly any views, I would still keep uploading. Man, that rain. You guys hear that? No leaks though. No leaks. Anyway, yeah. It's only a waste of time if you think it is. It depends on your priorities. So, for me personally, it's been great. Been documenting my life, documenting the journey. I've seen other YouTubers that document their life, and whether it's on a fitness journey or building a business, entrepreneurship, stuff like that. So it's all up to you. Now, what would be a waste of time is if I blocked this particular person, because it's like, why continue conversing with someone who is not really going to be supportive? And it's like, it's a waste of time. Life's too short to not do what you want to do in life, right? It's like van life. Some people are going to get it, some people aren't. It's like a stepping stone, really, because we're saving money, no rent, but there's still bills, obviously, but we're saving up for land. First, we were going to save for a travel trailer, but I'm like, I kind of rather save for land first, and you can't get cheap land depending where you're at. Told my grandpa that, and he's like, well, you guys should rent a house or whatever. It's hey, if we had the money to, first of all, I don't want to rent, I want to buy and build equity, and hopefully not take out a equity line of credit, HELOC, whatever. But because that, you're borrowing against your house, which is not smart. But yeah, if we had the money, cool. But maybe we will eventually. But he's like, well, if you get land and, you get either and we were also thinking about like a container home or a shed or something, I've seen where people buy like 8, 10K, whatever, Home Depot, not even, could be a Home Depot shed. There's specific companies actually that will, that are very high build quality. Look up Cheap RV Living. He's covered a few videos on it, interviewing the owners and all that. And they take you around looking at, how the sheds are built out. But, he's like, well, you'll have to haul in water and, your electrical. Well, yeah. I don't think we'll pay to have a well built. That's like, what, 30, 50 grand? I don't know. Look it up. Don't quote me on that. But I believe it's somewhere in that ballpark. You can literally go to Walmart, Safeway, wherever, and get water for 50 cents a gallon. You can fill up, like we have a 5-gallon jug, and we also have a 2.5 gallon. And then, of course, I got my personal, 1.5 gallon water jug. And 50 cents a gallon for that. So that's, we pay $2.50 for, or really, well, with this, I can just fill it up for free at any gas station. I can go into Circle K, Quick Trip, Maverick, Chevron, whatever, and get ice and water, completely free, because you bring in your own container. As far as electrical now, you can do solar. We want to do solar on the van, actually. You can get a generator, you can get power stations. There's many different ways to do things. One of my friends recently, actually, I think yesterday or a couple days ago, he bought him and his girlfriend bought a generator that runs off of either gas or propane, so that's nice as well. They also have ones that run off of diesel. We also have a small inverter in here, but it's only 350 watts, so I want to get like maybe a 3,000 watt inverter as well. So we're looking into all that. Van life's going great so far. We started this journey. If you guys are new here, I bought this van in August of 2024 from one of my bosses at a previous job, and the van needed work, right? And I knew that going into it. I only paid about $1,000 for this thing. I made a video on that, and our mechanic buddy, him and his buddy did a great job. Paid us $50 an hour flat fee, so I guess he paid him. But anyway, $50 an hour compared to like $150 at a shop, and they did a fantastic job because that was done in December of 2024, like early mid-December, because we left December 21st, winter solstice. The girlfriend and I and our friends had a little bit of a bonfire and stuff in their backyard, and for winter solstice and stuff. But they obviously did a great job because the van is running fantastic. Few upgrades I want to do, but they did the engine rebuild because the previous owner, it got overheated. Might not have been their fault or whatever, but we use straight coolant, 50-50. We're not going to put regular water. You can use distilled water, but if you're a mechanic or good with cars, then you know this. We also replaced the power steering gearbox, so those are 2 brand new components. As far as what else it needs, it needs shocks. The shocks aren't too bad though. They're I had the tires checked. They were at 53 psi for some reason, which is ridiculously high. So now they're down to about 38, which is pretty much exactly where it should be, 38 psi. But the brakes are working. We might get them checked out at some point. But mechanically, it is sound. The radio, we might put a touchscreen radio in there and storage and stuff. But yeah, it's a good van. So I don't want this video to go on too long. We're going to keep this under 10 minutes. We're at the 7-minute mark right now. I'm going to get in another run tonight. Let me know if you want me to do a Q&A or any questions you guys would like me to answer. Hit me up on Instagram. Follow me over there. I do have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Zelle. If you guys would like to donate to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. We're going to get our mile time, continue to improve it. Been fastest time so far is 11:43. I have done faster than that in the past when I was training consistently, but I'm training consistently again. So yeah, it's a lifelong thing. It's a lifelong journey. So I'm excited. I will see you guys in the next video. If you would like to donate to the channel, really appreciate it. And I can give you a shout out if you want. DM me on Instagram or whatever, and I'll include. I could even, if you want me to include the amount, cool, or just the name, or shout out your channel or socials, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. As always, keep on trucking.